Hello everyone, so welcoming you back in a new video of this Python revision tour 2. So we have already started with tuple function and in today's video we are going to cover some more portion related to tuple. So let us start with this is part 7. So how can we delete a tuple? This is tuple is also a type of sequence only. So we are already done with list sequence and we covered this delete heading in list also. How can we delete a tuple? See, tuple first you have to you have to feed one thing in your mind, that is tuple is immutable data type. It's not possible for you to work on the individual element in case of tuple. You can access only, but you can't delete or you can't change the element from a particular position or index. That is the feature of immutability. So first point, you please read it out. We cannot delete the individual item of a tuple, and the reason is because tuple is one immutable data type, right? Now with the help of this del function, you will be able to delete the complete tuple but not the individual item of it. You please check, one example is taken by me here. This is a tuple and in this you can see we have 4 elements and there is no boundation with respect to the data type of the elements in a tuple also. So the first 2 elements are integer and the last 2 elements are string or character. So you can see when you will output it's displaying the same tuple to you. And delete, and if you will try to write like this, T2, that means we are trying to delete the element at position 2 or index 2. That is not possible because it is immutable data type. So you can see one type error is coming here. But if you want to delete the complete tuple, that is possible with the help of del function. So del and the name of the tuple. So tuple name is T only. Del T means it is going to remove the complete tuple. So again, I am repeating, this del function will help you to delete the complete tuple, not the individual element of a tuple. So moving to the another functions of the tuple functions and method is starting from len. So if you remember, we covered this one in the previous sequence also, in the previous video also. Len is to find the number of elements present in a tuple. So tuple is always enclosed in parentheses and the elements are separated with comma. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So length is actually going to find the length of the tuple, the number of elements present in a tuple. The sequence to use this len function is len, and in parentheses you will give the name of the tuple or even the values also directly you can write it down. So please check it. We have T is equal to 10, 20, OK and P. These are the 4 values in the tuple, and if you will display it, you are getting the same. And when you will find the length of it, so how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Length is starting from 1, okay, and the all other function, like if you are finding the position and all, is starting from 0, okay, starting from 0, and length is starting from 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The length of this tuple is 4 because total number of 4 elements are there in this tuple T. Now the max function. So the name itself is actually depicting the meaning of this function. Max is to find the maximum element in the complete tuple. So with respect to the value, just check it out. You can see here we have a tuple of integer. So you can see we have 12, 14, 15, 17, 14 and 18. And I am passing this T1 here in max function. So max T1. So which one is the maximum value here? 18 is the maximum value. So the output for this is 18. So the same thing. See, it's not compulsory to use this max function only with numbers. So you can use it with numbers, even you can use it for character or string also. So the point is number only. Easily you can compare and you can write down the answer. But if a string is given, then how can I compare it? So the string will be compared with respect to their ASCII values. So you remember from the starting, I am mainly concentrating on some of the ASCII values. The first one is from capital A to Z, that is 65 to 90. For the second one is small a to Z, which is 97 to 122. And the third one is the number also 0 to 9 is 48 to 57. So well, this much is enough as of now. So you can see the string is given. The string is a combination of characters. So the ASCII value will be compared for which character? You will start from the very first character, right? The very first character of the words. So starting from R and then Z and then A. So for A it is 65 only. Well, you can check the sequence only. but A is not 65. 65 is for capital A, right? But this is small a, so small a is 97. And when you will go further from A to, when you will go to B, so this will become 98. When you will go to C, then this will become 99. So obviously, if you will check the alphabetical order, this is coming first, then R will come, and then Z will come. So Z will have X, Y, Z. So Z is actually having the 122 value, A is 97. Even for R also you can check, which will come somewhere in between A to Z. So the maximum value is for Z only. So the answer for this is Zara. So Zara is the answer for this tuple in which you have some strings. So what you have to remember in case of a string question, you should be clear with the ASCII values of the character. Please make yourself clear with one thing. The ASCII values for the capital A to Z is different, and for the small one it is different. The smaller one is considered as bigger than the capital A to Z, because the smaller A is having 97, this capital A is having 65. So 97 is obviously bigger than 65. So next is the min function, which is just the opposite of the max function. So like max function is used to find the maximum value. In case of integer, it's quite easy to check a number, which one is greater or smaller. But yeah, you can use this min function, as in max function you will be able to find the maximum of the string also. See here also you will be able to find the minimum of a string also with respect to their ASCII values. The syntax to use this min function is you will use min here, and here you can write down the tuple. In case of the example given here, the name of the tuple is T1 and the values are 12, 14, 15, 17, 14 and 18. Now we are finding the minimum value. So you can see the minimum value among these values is 12 only. So the answer is 12 here. So when you will go for another input, you can see we have Ram, Zara and Anusha. So here you have R, Z and A. As you know, the comparison will take place with respect to the first character. By chance, if the first character is matching, you will go to the second character, and like that only the comparison will take place for second, third and all, till you are not getting a differentiation in between the characters. So well, if you will go for the smallest value, it's obviously A only. So the answer is Anusha here. Okay, so I hope you are clear with max min function. Now moving to the next function, which is index. So this function returns the index of the first matched. First matched is occurrence, first occurrence of a element of a tuple. So well, the syntax is tuple.index, and you will provide the item in the parenthesis. Just check it out. So T1 tuple is 12, 14, 15, 17, 14 and 18. So these are the elements of a tuple. Well, in bracket you can see we are looking for 15. So it's going to give you the index, the first occurrence of number 15 and the position of it. So 0, 1, 2. So this is at position 2. So answer is 2 here. If you are looking for 9, but 9 is not there, so in that case you will be getting one error, because 9 is not present in the tuple. Okay, so if item is not in the list, it raises the exception value. List or tuple, okay, tuple is also a sequence only. It raises the exception value. Now moving to the next function, we have the next function is the count method, which is going to count the occurrence or the frequency of an element in the complete tuple. So this function returns the count of the element item passed as argument. This gives item in not if the tuple returns 0. If the item is not there which you are looking for, then it will return 0. So well, the count you can check, item you will give it in parenthesis. So T1 is this only, and I am checking for 14. So 14 is coming 2 times here. So the output is 2. But if you will check for 22, 22 is not there. So what they have written, if the item is not present in the tuple, it will return 0. So we are getting the output as 0 here. So now moving to the next thing. So here you can see this is called, conversion, other sequences. How can we convert? This is called the conversion of sequence to tuple, okay? Sequence to tuple. Like, you know very well, under sequence you have list also, right? You have a string also. So how can we convert a list into tuple, and how can we convert a string into tuple? So you can check, the first example is for a string only. The string is written here, tuple. So tuple is the function which is actually used to convert a sequence to tuple. And then you will give the value, like ABC is given here, ABC. So when the thing will happen, it will be converted into tuple, and tuple values that will come in parentheses, and the individual value will be saved as individual element here, individual element. So you can see like that one tuple will be created. Now the same thing you please check, it's in a form of a list. List is always enclosed in square bracket. So 1, 2, 3. Then if you will use a tuple function here, this will also be converted into a tuple only. So 1, 2, 3. Then you can check we have a dictionary here, which is a key value pair, right? Key and value, key and value. So key to is nothing, it's just the index only. So it's going to create a tuple with respect to the value. So the second one is value only, 1, 2. So the tuple will be created like this, 1, 2. Then we have an empty tuple. So if no value is there, just a tuple function, but without any value. So this is going to create an empty tuple. Then if one value is there, so like that too you can't write now, because one value you can't. This is integer. Integer to tuple is not possible, right? Integer to tuple conversion is not possible. Sequence to tuple is possible, but one is one ordinary variable. It is not a sequence, so conversion is not possible. Tuple can receive argument of sequence type only, like a string or list or dictionary. Even dictionary also, right? Dictionary will also be converted into tuple, but any other value is not possible. It will lead to an error message. It is going to generate one error message. So today we have started with the deleting part of the tuple with the help of del function, and then the multiple function like len, max, min, index, and count function. With the conversion, how can we convert the other sequences into tuple type? So I hope you are clear with this stuff. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share it with your friends if you are clear with the video, and if you want me to go with more videos like that. Okay, so thank you so much.